Morning, family. Welcome to Morning De-Lite. Today is Tuesday, August 22nd. It's Chill Pal Jo, the declaration of the realm of the cosmic Sabbath. And Pastor Milham will explain more about that shortly. Let's welcome and greet our Heavenly Parent and true parents. Chanjian Cham Bumanamge Kyungbe. Haro. Now for our family pledge, let's welcome Pastor Milhan Stevens.
가정 맹세 1. 자녀급 주인 의리 가정은 감사랑을 중심하고 원향 땅을 찾아 원년의 장정이 쌓니 지상 천국과 전상 천국을 장건할 것을 맹세하나이다. 2. 자녀급 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 장부모님을 모시어 천주의 대표적 가정이 되며 중심적 가정이 되어 가정에서는 효자, 국가에서는 중심, 세계에서는 성인, 천주에서는 성자의 가정의 도리를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 3. 천혜국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 4대 심정권과 3대 왕권과皇족권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 4. 자녀급 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님의 창조이사님 천주대 가족을 형성하여 자유와 평화와 통일과 행복의 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 5. 자녀급 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 내일 주체적 천상세계와 대상적 지상세계 통일을 향해 전진적 발전을 촉진화할 것을 맹세하나이다. 6. 자녀급 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 장부모님의 대신 가정으로서 자녀를 움직이는 가정이 되어 하늘의 축복을 주변에 연결시키는 가정을 완성할 것을 맹세합니다. 7. 자녀급 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 원연의 혈통과 연결된 위하는 생활을 통하여 심정문화 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세합니다. 8. 자녀급 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 자녀급 시대를 맞이한 절대 신앙, 절대 사랑, 절대 국정으로 신인의 일체 이상을 이루어 지상 천국과 천상 천국의 해방권과 석방권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다.
Thank you, Pastor Milhan. Now for our opening prayer, I'd like to invite Pastor Milhan Stevens.
Dear Heavenly Parents, this year of China book on your calendar, we declare the realm of the cosmic Sabbath, the parents of heaven are Chilpajol, this special holiday. Heavenly Parent, where we take a moment to appreciate you. All these thousands of years, you've had not even a moment to rest. Even after you created all of heaven and earth, giving every ounce of your strength and energy, little did you know that you would begin a journey of endless suffering, having to watch your precious son and daughter fall away from you and over the generations forget about your existence in time. And you long for the day where you're no longer a parent, but you can also be a child. To be in awe and respect your children who have grown up and taken responsibility over this world. Be able to create beautiful families and create dreams and do things that even you could not imagine at the time. But because of our true parents and establishing all these holy days and being able to create a tradition that can ensure the future generations to honor you and honor one another, our own divinity. So, Heavenly Parents, we want to celebrate this day. Please gaze upon this beautiful offering table here at Harlem and all the offering tables across the world that are putting you first this morning. Thank you so much. We want to offer this morning devotions, morning 100K session to you and support my name, Milhan and Saika Stevens, the Blessed family, and everyone gathered here. Aju.
Aju. Thank you, Pastor Mahan. Brothers and sisters, let's take a few moments to share our gratitude, and we'll be back in 5 minutes.
Actually, maybe I can't be not sure now. I think this would be good just to.
Okay.
Sorry, my screen's frozen. I can't make any hand signals. Okay. Oh, wow.
I've had technical difficulties.
Yeah, I don't think that camera's going to be fixed, but it's okay. We can. Oh, maybe it will. Did my computer just? No, okay. Good morning, everyone. Yeah, happy Chopajol. This is the. I don't know if you can see our offering. I guess you can see our offering table. It was specially prepared last night by the First Lady and Yumiko-san, of course. This is not fun. Okay. And so Chilpajor, this is the day of the cosmic Sabbath, God, true parents. You know, I personally find great joy and motivation to see our true parents rest for the first time. And we have, of course, God throughout the ages has been working tirelessly, and even Christianity, we had a limited level of faith and understanding. Because of that, we couldn't become parents ourselves, become responsible grown-ups. So we can even take care of God and say, God, hey, God, take a break. You know, for us parents, I mean, imagine whenever Ayumi helps with Emika, carrying her around, we feel so much peace and hope, and just to take a moment of rest. So this, if you can imagine God taking a rest after so long, we can really claim this as God's day. You know, Satan, my gosh, Satan has ruled over every single day up until that day, 1997. And to think that God, we can claim this day as God's day of rest. Let's really celebrate that. You know, sometimes we don't celebrate enough. You know, we're always working hard on our mission, and we're just ready to die for God every day. But it is important for us to celebrate. Kind of take a moment to something fun for the kids, you know. And in Christianity, we've taken holidays like Christmas, Easter, and we've done all these funny things with them for the kids. And at some point, everyone understands the true meaning behind Christmas, you know, the birth of Christ. And Easter, this is you know, looking at Jesus' sacrifice. So Chilpajo, you know, it is kind of an odd holy day. You know, we can understand Heavenly Parents' Day, True Parents' Day, True Children's Day, and that Day of all things. Chilpajo is one of those holidays where like, what's that again? And there's actually there's a Chililjol and a Chilpajo. It's like Chililjol is like the first day where God, representing God recreating heaven and earth, a substantial kingdom of heaven on earth. And then you have Chilpal, this is the 8th day where God can rest. So kind of resetting the calendar and resetting the world it's a very spiritual kind of holiday. So those the spiritual eyes can see how we've kind of started a new world that we can repopulate with less families, create beautiful things for everyone to enjoy. So, um, so this is my brief message today to add to our beautiful communicate tradition as it is. Thank you.
Thank you, Pastor Mahan. So we're going to go to the breakout. I'll be back in 5 minutes, but just enjoy your sharing. Welcome back, everyone. Hope you had a good sharing. Beryl Green, would you like to share with everyone today on this special day? Amen.
Today is the 22nd of the month of August, year
Yes.
2023. Yes, I give God thanks for today. I give God thanks that I'm alive and I get to be here. Like I was saying in the breakout room, I'm grateful for technology because my son got me this ouch. What do you call it now? Something for that you can use for massage, and I was learning how to use it this morning, and so I was able for I know that you have the pressure points on your foot bottom, and so I click on there, and I was looking, and I say it's amazing the different parts of your body that is connected to your foot that you can use this massager to massage those areas for healing, because then you have the spiritual healing and you have the physical healing. And so I am so grateful to God, that for technology. I'm grateful to God for my son. I'm grateful for God to all of you, and your name is awesome. I have a picture of him and he looks straight at me. And it's like I got this feeling, two parents on one side and then I have Eugene, and it's like you get this feeling. But you have something to use it. Why don't you use it? And so I'm using it the proper way. So I give God thanks for technology, and I give God thanks for brothers and sisters, and I give God thanks for our Sunshine One leaders that can inspire us. Thank you.
Thank you, Beryl. And that's so nice of your son, Joel, to give you that machine. I really hope it'll help you.
Yeah, I'm working on it. It feels
All right.
good.
All right, brothers and sisters, it's time for our Godable reading. We're reading from the Mother of Peace, our True Mother's Memoir. Pastor Milhan?
Again, it's funny because I thought Mama Green sharing was random about getting the massage with the technology. However, I was reflecting on that. I think it's very appropriate for Chilpacho, celebrating God's Sabbath, cosmic Sabbath. So for Mama Green's case, it's the electric massage. We are all giving God an electric massage. Thank you. We're going to go into our Godable reading. Let's enjoy.
Welcome to Mother of Peace, and God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes. A memoir by Hak Jahan Moon, a production of the Washington Times Global Media Group, narrated by Alison Hiroto. The Heavenly Unified World in Oceania. I wanted multiple generations of the True family to take the lead in the 2019 Model Course of National Restoration, so they could inherit this realm of victory and help prepare the gift of 7 restored nations for Heavenly Parent and True Father. So I invited my family members to guide 2 rallies of hope as special emissaries, representing the heavenly world and the earthly world. The families of Moon Hyo-jin, Moon Yon-ah, and Moon Hung-jin, Moon Hun-suk, oversaw the events in Palau, and Moon Sun-jin and Pak In-sup led the events in the Dominican Republic. Palau lies in the western Pacific Ocean. It is made up of 340 beautiful islands that bring to mind God's original creation. My husband and I first visited Palau in 2005 to establish a branch of the Universal Peace Federation. I returned there in 2006 with some of my children and spoke to a large gathering. When it came time to plan a First Lady Summit in 2019, we decided that Palau would be the ideal hostess nation. Palau places the mother at the center of the family, society, and traditional culture. The presidents and first ladies of Palau have actively supported our movement since 1992. I was particularly touched when Palau's First Lady came to Korea to pay her respects when my husband ascended in 2012. Considering how providentially appropriate it is for women to take the lead in establishing the Pacific civilization, it is truly meaningful that the Asia-Pacific First Lady Summit and Blessing Ceremony, marking the beginning of the heavenly unified world, was hosted in Oceania's Matriarchal Society of Palau. Nonetheless, our membership base in Palau is still somewhat small, so it was a challenge for us to host the summit and blessing ceremony there, and I am grateful to all the local members and volunteers who made it happen. On December 9th, 2019, the eve of the main event, we held a welcoming banquet for more than 300 distinguished guests from 36 nations, including His Excellency President Thomas Remengesau Jr. and First Lady Debbie Remengesau of Palau, 8 current and former First Ladies, the Speaker of the Legislative Assembly of Tuvalu and his wife, and parliamentarians from Bhutan and Sri Lanka. The welcoming dinner was held under a crystal-clear night sky filled with stars. In his greetings, the President said, "Though I am the President of this country, today I have come as a guest, invited by my wife, the First Lady, who is the hostess of this year's summit." It was a festive and congenial gathering where every participant felt at home. At the same time, it was a banquet of longing, as many participants, including the President and his wife, kindly expressed how much they had longed to see True Mother. The following day, December 10th, attendees of the Asia-Pacific First Lady Summit 2019 gathered at the Ngarachamayong Cultural Center. The opening ceremony began with an address by the First Lady. Then my emissary and daughter-in-law, Women's Federation for World Peace International President Moon Hoon-suk, read the founder's message on my behalf. Through her, I conveyed my love not only for Palau, but for all of Oceania, the starting point of the Pacific civilization. In the past, Father Moon proclaimed the advent of the Pacific Rim era and emphasized the providential importance of the Asia-Pacific region. In 1992, he wrote in his calligraphic Chinese characters, "The unified world will begin in Oceania," and offered prayers and other spiritual conditions for the restoration of Oceania to God. The 40-day Cosmic Canaan course for the settlement of Chonilguk created the foundation for an Asia-Pacific Union. I gained national-level support in November at the Cambodia Rally of Hope and the Taiwan Rally of Hope, which connected with Chinese communities across the globe. At the Africa Summit in Niger, I won the support of Africa on the continental level. Palau's Rally of Hope Summit and Blessing Ceremony was the capstone of the Asia-Pacific Union. The First Ladies attending the Asia-Pacific First Lady Summit resolved to address the fundamental problems of the world with a maternal heart. They called it the Day of Women's Liberation, established by the True Mother of Humankind. It was a true Women's Day for another reason also. In contrast to summits held elsewhere, it was women who were in charge of the preparations, assisted by men. The next day, December 11th, the government-sponsored blessing ceremony took place. Historic events always hit bumps in the road, and this one was no exception. As midnight approached on the day before the ceremony, the President's Secretariat informed us that our schedule conflicted with a state budget meeting, so the president would not be able to attend. It was a bolt out of the blue that left us all deflated. Our spirits were revived, however, when, as the First Lady of Palau and the other First Ladies entered the blessing venue the following morning, the MC joyfully announced that the president had arrived and was making his way to the stage. Palau's First Lady Summit and Blessing was a milestone in God's providence. It marked Oceania as the starting point of the Pacific civilization, which unfolds around the maternal heart of giving and giving again. The Pacific Ocean is known as a symbol of peace and womanhood, especially motherhood. The victory was due not just to the leaders and people of that beautiful island nation, but also to my 2 daughters-in-law and Asia-Pacific Family Federation members, who united in earnest prayer offered with the heart to move heaven. We are one family and one holy community of Heavenly Parent, with a conviction that to stop is to fail, to persevere is to succeed. I keep moving forward, undaunted, no matter what difficulties come. I need to be a mother of love and benevolence who can overlook faults and embrace all circumstances with a maternal heart as wide as the ocean. That is why, even today, I stay awake at night with the heart to cover all the world's children with blankets while they sleep. Heavenly Latin America blooms flowers of hope. In my conversations with my husband, we often shared about Latin America. "It is a place we can never forget," he would say. "It is where we devoted a great part of our golden years," I would respond. It pains me now, for much remains to be completed. Compared with anywhere in the world, my husband and I offered our most devoted effort in Latin America. We offered devotions and conditions in the scorching sun, covered in dust from head to toe, to plow the fields of hope. Even now I can close my eyes and vividly recall the scenes of the providence that unfolded in Latin America. That land is soaked with my husband's and my tears and sweat. Today, while that land sometimes seems like a wilderness in despair, we are once again cultivating flowers of hope. In 2005, Father and I visited Sao Paulo to establish the Brazilian chapter of the Universal Peace Federation. That city served often as the site of regional peace council meetings. I chose Sao Paulo to host the Latin America Summit and Rally of Hope in August 2018. These events kindled the spirit of national restoration throughout Latin America. Building upon this spirit, it was the Dominican Republic in the Caribbean that hosted the Rally of Hope held December 14th through 15th, 2019. We convened the opening event, the Latin America and Caribbean Summit, at the Odelpa Grand Almirante Hotel and the State Government Building in Santiago. More than 500 people attended from 43 nations, including Brazil, Mexico, Argentina, Colombia, and Guatemala. His Excellency, President Jimmy Morales of Guatemala, and 5 former heads of state from Trinidad and Tobago, Nicaragua, Ecuador, Bolivia, and Haiti were in attendance. From the Dominican Republic, President Danilo Medina appointed Governor Ana Marie Dominguez of Santiago as his official representative. Other guests included 10 current and former speakers of parliaments, 30 parliamentarians, and dozens of interfaith, civil society, business, and media leaders. Former First Lady of Nicaragua, Maria Flores, honored our ideals in her introductory remarks, after which my emissary and daughter, Women's Federation for World Peace International Vice President, Dr. Moon Sun-jin, delivered my speech. Ultimately, a true and lasting peace can only be achieved when we come to know and understand God, our Heavenly Parent, she said. Only by connecting with God's will and providence can we expect to create lasting solutions. Dr. Moon then presented awards to representatives from 15 countries and received on my behalf a certificate recognizing me as Mother of Peace and making me an honorary citizen of the Dominican Republic.
You've gotten some parents to these words today. Very providential, very groundbreaking, shifting the world's order. Now that word is used a lot for different contexts, but the world is shifting. And I feel like people don't know what's going on, obviously, and even our own members often don't know what's going on in terms of the shift from this more maternal leadership in the world. For the longest time, men have been in charge. Now, of course, in general, the father is in the subject position. At the same time, we also know that with the three object purpose, women are also in the subject position sometimes. And sometimes women are in the God position, in the children's position. So each of us are exchanging in the four areas of the four position foundation. But what's happening in this era of peace, where we're no longer fighting, of course, there are wars going on, as you know, and you need strength to kind of win back against Satan. But once we've won against Satan, it's really time to put the mother in the center, because it's the mother who is the expert on raising the children, on creating an environment of love and selflessness, sacrifice. The mother is the one who sacrifices her body to create the child. And this mother reminds us, when the child is born, that the 99.999, infinitely percent is that child is made by the mother. And then the father, of course, put the DNA in there. So it's really time for the women to lead. Of course, it's not easy to do that unless the men can help serve. Men are really great servants, actually. We're strong, move stuff around. Even today, I asked two guys to move this table in front of me because it's pretty heavy. But it was the women who I could trust to lead this softened table. It would take me probably 2 hours to set this up. But for them, it was 2 hours of jumpstone. Okay, so let's go through the highlights. So you'll see this in the theme here on talking about Oceania. And if you look at the ocean, the Pacific Ocean, it's like a womb. It's like the womb of God. And we look at this like, oh, that's interesting. It's not shaped, but we have yet to cultivate the ocean. Okay, so in the future, we're going to colonize the ocean. And a lot of resources and a lot of future discovery will be there. So it's not a small thing to be looking at Pacific Ocean. It also is the center of peace and harmony of, you look at where's the war and tension happening? It's between the East and the West, right? Well, again, if you turn the globe and you put the Pacific Ocean in the middle, you see Russia and America shaking hands, over the Bering Strait, and you have China, you have Korea, Japan. So there's peace actually on this Pacific Ocean. This little country, Palau, places the mother at the center of family, society, and tradition. So this First Lady Summit, this became another association, the First Ladies Association. This one is significant. The First Lady has a very important role in society. She's not just, we call her something to look at. And she has ideas and initiatives. I always think about Barack Obama and Michelle Obama. Michelle Obama, she led like a nutrition program for kids. And I've heard even Republicans say nice things about what she did. So it's actually the woman who is the peacemaker, one who can bridge the cultures, make peace, feed the children. So I come as a guest invited by my wife, the first lady. This is from the president, the first lady who is the hostess of this year's summit. So it's fun. I think as a guy, it's fun to let my wife lead, and to be able to. But I'm gonna serve in my own way. Okay, so I'm gonna do it my way, but I'm gonna serve. Let my wife lead. Think of longing. You can imagine, women have not taken leadership role very often. So when it does happen, there's this feeling of joy and a long time coming. So that's what I saw there. Also, we talk a lot about true family members who passed, specifically Hojin and Hunjinim. But I always remind people, their spouse still live, and they're taking leadership roles, and they're doing such they're very detail oriented, and they're great leaders, great CEOs. So you have Hunjinim's wife, Hun Suk Moon. She's famously known as the one leading the Universal Ballet and the Little Angels Women's Arts Group. But she's leading the Women's Federation for Peace. Great job. We're all okay. Unified world will begin in Oceania. Has anyone here been to one of those nations on the Pacific Rim, besides the main ones? Philippines. I haven't either. I guess we have to go there. It's our next destination. To address the fundamental problems of the world with the maternal heart. So so women were in charge of the preparation system by men. You think of like the queen bee and all the drones like serving and making sure the queen is okay. So this is the transition where the world is experiencing. And again, it doesn't diminish the men's role at all. In fact, I feel more like because I'm, when someone says you got served, that usually means something good, right? For the one serving. So that's how women are getting served now, as they have their cute ideas. But yeah, the world. In fact, there's been studies. I know one of my friends did a paper on the impact of mothers' initiatives. Many peace movements were started by mothers. So I think it'd be in our good interest to partner with mother leaders, especially here in Harlem. The motherhood. That's where I want to live. Then we're going into Latin America. I do think there's a lot of hope here. You can see, I didn't highlight anything specific here, but there's so much hope, so much preparation, prepared people waiting to meet us, waiting to meet true parents, to further build God's kingdom, and to be as an example for the rest of the world. And I just love this line. And I think in our talk yesterday, many people are trying to make peace, or they're trying to reduce crime, or I don't know, different organizations making efforts. But without God, it will fail, or it will peter out, or all the hype will die down and nothing will really change. Only if we connect to God's will, God's plan, God's providence, will we be able to expect any kind of lasting solutions. So, great way to end it. I want to say thank you.
Thank you, Pastor Milhan. Okay, brothers and sisters, let's take a few moments to share our reflections, and we'll be back in 5 minutes. Welcome back, everyone. Hope you had a good sharing. Ayako and Jorg, would you like to share with us today? Ayako-san and Jorg.
I can see that. You're blanketing us with your love. It's good. I'm almost always surprised about how mother's activity. As we read the book, we find out really who she is and what she's been doing. Because the world doesn't know, even members don't know. So now through the book, we get to know her. And that's really important. Sometimes I'm amazed at our mother is going through all the struggles that she is and bringing the result that she's brought. It's amazing. Sometimes she said she came from one city to the next and could not even take off her shoes before she could start the next session, the next speech. So that's pretty amazing. A lot to learn from her, a lot to overcome, a lot to be grateful for her and all the work that she's doing.
Thank you, Jorg.
Mama Hella.
To me, that was what made True Mother really mother. Because every night when I look back my day, I sometimes think about people that I met on the street, I encounter with the neighbors, homeless. And then in the end, I always ask God's blessing each one that I met before I close my eyes. And then that is a real my heart, to the extent that and to all humankind truly feel it, that True Mother to blanket cover all the children with the blanket of love and hope. And that love is so much that reminds me truly the same as God, who bring a sunrise to everybody, unconditional chaksaran love, and give a sunlight or rain to all of us. That she really lives every day. It's not just it's not from a head, it's not from a thought. It's from a genuine love that you feel to be able to expand that much. That love that she reached that area with the fulfilling her portion of love responsibilities. So that's to me greater. Today's reminded that section reminded me True Mother more than any other place. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you both for sharing. Okay, brothers and sisters, before we begin our 7 minutes prayer, do we have any prayer requests today? Anybody?
Reese is trying to say something, but she's muted.
Continue to pray for the people in Maui and in other parts of the world that are suffering from disasters such as they did.
Yes, thank you. Definitely.
Our own Southwest is in bad trouble because of the tropical storm that's flooding Las Vegas, among other places.
I didn't know
Parts
that.
of Las Vegas, yes, the downtown streets were flooded.
Mm.
People who live there don't know about it, but it's on MSN. And the whole Lake Mead area has been declared a disaster area.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah, and let's pray for those who are still suffering with COVID, some of whom we love dearly, dearly.
okay. Thank you. Thank you both. All right, brothers and sisters, let's begin our 7 minutes unison prayer. Shija. Most beloved
Good morning, Heavenly Parent. Good morning, true parents. Heavenly Parent, true parents. Happy Tilpal Jyoti, Heavenly Parent. Happy Tilpal Jyoti, true parent.
Thank you so much for guiding us.
True family,
Deacon Parent for
parent and true
allowing
parent.
us to come to you. So grateful for
Parent
True
and
Mother. Milhan setting up the holiday
so
table. And Sayaka-san setting it up. Yumika-san. So grateful for their attendance and for their diligence of the parents and for their mindfulness. Mother, I would have forgotten about this holiday if it would have not been for this offering table here in front of me. So grateful, Heavenly Parents, a young generation, Father, that's right in front of us here at the Harlem Center. Naomi Toussaint, who is the elder mother figure there, really supporting Harlem so well, Father. Also, Ayako and Jörg, Father, the senior people there in Harlem, Father, with the church area. Father, for Dr. Juanita, as Jude, Father, has been working in Harlem for many, many years. So grateful for that and for the work of our two parents, especially to Mother, to Father, and to Mother, declaring the Pacific Islands being the original place for the culture of the New World, Father, that we're preparing and that we're building, both at 430 islands in the middle of the Pacific and also the 14 nations, Caribbean, Father. I pray that please bless us, Father, to understand more deeply that the role of the mother in the family, Father, and how to serve. As Neil had said, the men actually are there not to serve, to uplift, to really hold up the mother and support the mother. Because the actual reality of the family turns around the mother, the birth and the raising of the children. It has to do with the mother. And that's also true for the society, the nation, and the world, Father. The mother's heart is the keeper, Father. That was lost at the time of the fall. We are here because of that. So our true mother finally having that role is revealed through the providence, and history could not even see it until today. Because our true parents and true father especially have representing Jesus came to establish the environment where the true mother could be found, established, and could now become the center of the family, the worldwide family. Is putting up blankets over us and ensure that we have enough to eat, that we are healthy, and that we are good today, and that we come back, Father, and we can report to the mother. And gratitude for Mother's strong and warm providence. It's truly the solution. Bring, Father, all these different aspects of the third blessing, Father, for us to really understand physical world, Father, is the place where multiplication of parental love takes place through the children substantially, and also through life that the culture develops and which everybody in the spirit world benefits from and grows with, Father, the ancestors and elders, Father, in the spirit world, and even our heavenly parents that grow without this particular culture here on earth, the center culture, Father, develop and go forward, and the man taking responsibility for organizing everything, and helping and supporting, but the mother's heart ultimately has that touch, that position, Father, to really live for the sake, show the model, and make it all happen, Father. That's just a natural thing, difficult to even explain and talk about it because it's so natural, so clear. So I pray for each one of the mothers here on this call, all the grandmothers, especially Therese, and all the mothers here, Father. Kathleen has a heart of the mother. Pray, Father, even though everything is not easy, must this continue, but the multiplication takes place. I'm grateful for Sanjanim, Julia Moon, Father, for Hunsuk, and Yonanim, Father, the wife of him, who has been literally the mother of our true parents. In a very difficult position, even as the mother-in-law of our true father. Pray for the Tsumagues, for the Ferreras, the Latzes, the Gomez, the Watsons, the Napiers, the Hellers, the Sonneborns, the Stewarts, the Kadatka, Stevens, and all the TPA, bears,
Pray
mouse,
for our
carnivores, could have Trotsky's, mother's family,
Reverend
Miles, the Combos, Valentines, the Millers, and
pray
the
for all our brothers
Cruises, the
that
Greens,
pray that they can love each
parent
other
and the Whites, and
pray that we can go forth
A's again, and
shedding
the
tears
Seckers, the Merckx family, Father
we pray for
the Stevens, the Moores, and the Owl and the Cook family. And
that they
please
can
be with each one of the brothers and sisters that couldn't make it on this call today. Corley, and also Zena's Rush and Jennifer, and
pray
also
heaven
the Nancy Fox, pray, Father, for all the sisters that we want them to join, Father, this morning devotion. Really share morning
pray that we can
breakfast, Father, that we have
bring the
with
vision
Milhan and Sayaka, with Emika
pray that we
and
can
all the siblings, Heavenly
teach
Parents,
to
with them have a celebration. But most of
pray
all, Father, we want
heavenly
you
parents
to have a massage today, as
pray
Mel was
heavenly
saying. We want to give you a massage and let you massage by having a joyful give and take in the house,
save America
near the center, in the
as
homes
it
of Jerry and the Keplers, and upstate, in the state of New York, the country, to all the continents on this.
Thank you, everyone, for your prayers. Do we have any announcements? If not, then I hope you all have a wonderful day celebrating Chill Paul Joel.
Take a commemorative photo.
Oh, that'd be nice.
You can do something special here. Maybe just take a screenshot. I'll reset the, actually, I guess it doesn't matter. I guess in our case, we just smile and it'll just freeze. But we need to, okay, get ready. Reverend Josh, you there? Hello? Oh, hello? I can take it. Oh,
You need to do 2 pages.
well, my video. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's take our video. Okay. Then, so after this, go into gallery mode. So everybody here, just make sure we catch the smiles on the crowd. Okay, or Josh, give me a count or something.
3. Oh, your screen's kind of. All right.
So look at the my laptops. Okay. Just count from now. I'll get you. Okay.
Okay, but your screen's kind of going in and out.
No, it's not. So just count down from 3.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
That's it.
사랑합니다.
I blink. Okay.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great day. God bless you.
God bless.
Bye.
Thank
God
you.
bless. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Have a great day, everyone. God bless.
Thank you. Happy Till
Bye.
Joel.
God bless
Happy
you.
Have a
Till
good day,
Joel.
everyone.
Celebrate
Have a
well.
good day.